This is CPM Precalculus Chapter 2, number 102. Sketch the graph of f of x is equal to 1 over x minus 4, and let g of x equal to f of x plus 2 minus 1. Write g of x explicitly and sketch its graph. Okay, so all this part is saying to do, in case that's why you're here watching, is to say go ahead and give the expression for g of x. So explicit means go ahead and say exactly what it is. Okay, so that means going ahead and instead of it being in terms of f, go ahead and write it as if it's just x. Okay, using x, an expression for x. Anyway, let's go ahead and do this. So let's sketch f of x. Okay, so let's not even use a calculator. If you want to sketch it with a calculator, that is fine. But what is the parent function of f of x? We know that the parent function is just take away any transformations. So that's taking away the minus 4, and we're left with 1 over x. Okay, so the parent function is basically y is equal to 1 over x, right? And this one is then shifted 4 units to the right. Okay, so what does the graph of y equals 1 over x look like? So we know this, or if we don't know this, you can use a calculator to do this one. Parent functions we should know, okay? And then we should be able to graph the rest from our parent functions. So this is our x and y axis. 1 over x is the graph just like this, right? And I don't think I drew it exactly right, but it has a vertical asymptote. Whoa. Right here on the y-axis at x equals to 0. Okay, so what is the graph of f of x going to look like? Well, we know it's shifted to the right by 4 units. So let's go ahead and show 4 units, 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right. And then we know it looks just like this, shifted that way. So it's going to, I could even draw a dotted vertical asymptote because it moves from the y-axis to over here at x is equal to 4, right? And our graph is going to look just like this, right? Just like it does here, but shifted over to the right by 4 units. All right. So let's go ahead and do part B, or not part B, just the next part. Let g of x equal to f of x minus 2, plus 2, sorry, quantity minus 1. So let's write g of x explicitly. I'm going to go ahead and use green to do that. So g of x is equal to f of x plus 2 minus 1. So let's go ahead and substitute, well, what is f of x plus 2? So we have to use f of x first and go ahead and wherever we see an x, we know that it goes here, right? And so instead of x, we have x plus 2, so that's going to become x plus 2. So we have 1 over x plus 2 quantity, right? That's instead of the x, minus 4. So that's just f of x minus 2. And then we still have the minus 1. So don't forget the minus 1, right? Because this one still has to come down, so it's minus 1 here. All right, let's simplify that. 1 over, combine like terms, 2 and negative 4 can combine to be negative 2. So x minus 2 minus 1. So this here is g of x, right? Explicit, right? We're saying exactly what it is in terms of x. So that's the expression for g of x. And sketch its graph, okay? So what I could do, right, is I can take g of x equal to f of x plus 2 minus 1 and use f of x as its parent, right, and know that it's going to be shifted to the left 2, right, the transformation here is left 2 units, and outside the parentheses, minus 1 means down 1 unit. So I can start with the blue graph, shift it to the left 2 units, and down 1 unit, right? So instead of, this is negative 1. So I can shift it that way, and it's just going to be over here instead, right? Or another way I could do it is I can say, well, if I take away all the transformations, the parent graph is still 1 over x, right? So the parent is equal to 1 over x. We know that that looks, oh, I already drew it right here. And we know that that means it was just shifted in parentheses. We'll change the x value, right, to be minus 2. So it's going to be this graph shifted to the right by 2 and down 1. Okay? So we know it's the parent shifted right 2 and down 1. And that's what this is right here. If you start at the origin, right here, you shift to the right 2 units and down 1, and that's going to make this the new origin for our green graph, right? If this is the origin for our green graph, then this is the graph here of g of x, okay? All right. So you can put them on the same plot, or you can put them on different axes. That is fine. But as you can see, they have the same shape. They have the same parent graph, right? Or you can see that one g of x is just transformations from f of x. All right. So that is going to end CPM Precalculus Chapter 2, number 102.